It's your boy, Emilio and the Honey Badger. Our host, JP Mestanza.
What up?
Busting onto the scene, our special guest, a man of many talents, the promoter extraordinaire,
correct,
musician extraordinaire, bilingual musician extraordinaire,
correct,
matchmaker, the man of many hats, many talents, the one and only Mr. Jon motherfucking Nutt is in the house. Good evening,
correct,
folks. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome,
correct.
guys. Cheers,
Thank
brother.
You.
Welcome, brother. Welcome.
Thank you.
Cheers,
Thank you
boys.
so much.
Welcome,
again,
sir.
Both of you. Obviously, it's fantastic to toast to both of you.
A real OG in the Asian MMA game, just in Asia in general, man.
Seriously.
Just in Asia in general, yeah.
Yo.
Correct.
Big Jon, I met you for the first time in 2013. The infamous Joe Ray Dinky Dog.
Yes.
The Joe Ray.
One of my favorite fighters in the world. Literally one of my favorite fighters in the world.
Yo, that
the
was
Joe fucking Ray.
the fucking Joe Ray. That was my introduction to you. He was getting ready to fight for a promotion.
Yep.
We don't need to say those busters' names. Up to you.
Yep. Anywho.
And at the time, you were getting some scraps ready, and you were like, yo, you were deep in the game, man.
Yeah.
You were making it happen. How long you been in Thailand, bro?
I've been in Thailand since 2004. Yeah.
2004.
Correct.
OG.
Correct, Amundo. Yeah,
OG,
so I was
OG.
there when the soy amongst the soy. I was there when the soy didn't fucking exist.
Oh.
You know what I mean? Snap.
All right,
I was there when the tiger started its roar, if you will.
how did you get your foot in the? How did you get your foothold into the game out here in MMA? And was it the Muay Thai? What brought you to Thailand?
Muay Thai.
The Muay Thai.
Muay Thai. Like, I mean, again, like so many others.
Yes.
I had seen Buakaw. You know what I mean? I had watched Jean-Claude Van Damme in movies with kumites and kickboxers, and she bleed like my lay, or whatever he says there, and Tong Po, motherfucker. You know what I mean? We're getting aggressive on this one.
Yes.
Obviously. And yeah, so again, came to Thailand in 2004, and again, that was the year that the tsunami happened, and I was you know my story, right?
Yeah, but I want to know. No, but the people don't know. You got to give the people what they want to hear, dog. Let them know.
Well,
Start from the beginning, baby. We got all night.
For Thailand, right?
Yeah.
For Thailand. So again, I was living in LA, traveling like most of the years. At the end of the year, this was like none other, but it was my first time going to Asia, and I knew people, dude. Like again, I knew people at the Bomb Squad back then, which Brandon Vera was at, Rob Kamen was there, all these people. Eddie Bravo was there, like pre them going to Legends, and then other things, and then 10th Planet, obviously, all that.
Shit.
So yeah, I had people that had inspired me, and Muay Thai was like the jam, right? And I had been to Amsterdam and studied Dutch kickboxing and trained at Majiro Gym and did all that, Voss and all that, you know what I mean? Like, big up. But then wanted to come to Thailand, wanted to go to Sitjao. Being a guy from Boston but living out there, you had Mark Delagrati.
Yeah.
You had Crew Toy.
Was he already out there in Boston, established and stuff like that?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he was holding it down, you know what I mean, out there. And so, needless to say, there were multiple camps that I wanted to go check out, but it was those ones that Savorapin was another one that like I really wanted to go to.
Nice.
Just by the way, yeah. Like Nonsai, by the way, was one of my first trainers. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. Technically, I'm old. Do you know what I mean? Technically, I'm old. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. So you got time, and you were training in all the gyms. So how'd you end up in Phuket? You were in the soy and stuff like this, or?
So I came in 2004. And I went and trained at these gyms, and I didn't really enjoy Thailand that much to the fullest, but I had a friend, Mike Leibowitz, who came to visit, or basically, we again, like, went on a trip. We went on a trip together and did Phuket and didn't really like it, didn't really like Patong. I remember my first night in Patong, I was like, this place is like the Wild West. I could shoot somebody right now. Nobody would care. It's all whores. It's all fucking whores. You know what I mean? Like,
what year was this? Would you say?
Again, 2004.
Okay.
This is, I know. Yeah, I
and
know.
you can still get. How much was a motorbike going for in 2004?
Again, bro, like it was 42 baht to the dollar.
Oh, nice. Now it's about 30.
Now it's 30, 31.
30 bucks,
you know,
31. And do you remember what the motorbikes and stuff like that was like?
Oh yeah, I mean, like again, it was
What was the price?
Well, for one, the
food?
first time I came, I didn't do any motorbikes because I came down and I didn't like Patong. So the next night, I went to Koh Phi Phi, and I fell in love with fucking Thailand. You know what I mean? I went to Koh Phi Phi.
Huh?
Oh yeah, I got roots there. You know what I mean? That's where it all began for me.
Yeah,
really.
yeah, that's what I want to know about. Yo, how was PP? Yo?
So that was the dream. That was the dream. You know what I mean? I knew that I wanted to kind of retire to a place like that at your young age, if you will. You know what I mean? I was a little bit younger than you when I came. You know what I mean? But in my 20s, late 20s, like you.
Yeah.
You too, right?
Yeah, I came when I was 25.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I came when I was 26.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
Again, you want to know what like the biggest success you guys have, and I have as well. But like when I like think of you, like especially, but like you've crushed it out of the park. Phuket News.
Oh, thank you,
I'm
sir.
like I'm sharing your stuff right and left. I love your stuff. You know what I mean?
cheers.
The thing is by staying here in Thailand, the amount of time that you've gotten, you're one of the biggest successes on the world. Because do you know how many people this place eats up and spits out? You feel me? In the falang that come, it's hilarious to have been here for this pandemic. Because obviously, before this had happened, would you have ever thought anything could happen to like Patong? That place is bulletproof. You know what I mean?
Oh
and then this happens, and Patongsi Wongsi's gonzo.
Yeah.
And it's the saddest motherfucking thing in the world. And you could shoot a zombie movie. We've talked about it. Right? Mm-hmm. You could shoot a zombie movie.
What happens when you close the airports and the tourists stop coming? Places like Patong, like it just changes overnight. Like
Overnight.
This is what I was wondering. So how much? All right. So when was this
Overnight.
boom? When was this boom? Like how was Patong even in 2004? Was the spot?
So
to be
2000,
crazy,
2006, 2005 were some of the best years of my life. And again, I was fighting at like Patong Stadium. I was doing the mic there.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
you're doing the announcer.
That's how,
Yeah.
All right, so guys, all right. So when
And
we
I-
say the
and I
man of many
commentated
hats,
for
we're gonna
everybody.
get
that
there.
was
We're
such
gonna
a
get there.
dope ass like job.
Oh man,
Those people
okay,
did that.
so when you do the commentating, I don't even know where to get there. Like, you want to? How did you
All
get
right.
into the commentating in Bangla?
Yeah.
So again, there was a guy named Mark who was here who had a tattoo place on what was called. Yeah, exactly. He was the guy that like originally was the first, I guess, Falang that was doing it at a stadium, right? And we were friends.
He was a commentator.
Yeah, he basically announced the fights, what kind of the Thai guy said, but he didn't do play-by-play.
Would you do English?
He would just do English, so he would do the introduction of the fighter.
For the English, for the foreigners.
Yes, for the foreigners.
Somebody's got to do that, yo.
And again, I basically came in there and jazzed it up. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And had fun with it. And then that's the way that some people knew who I was. And then that's how I landed into Dare. Do you know what I mean?
That's what led to
And then-
Dare.
yeah.
I've always wanted to
Oh,
ask you about
shit.
that.
Not fully, but like
All right.
that was one of the.
It was a nice commendation to have. Like, oh, he also does this.
There was nobody doing what I was doing.
All right, but
Exactly.
let's rewind it back. Let's rewind it back because we got PP and the rescue effort, right?
Oh yeah.
All right, so
That,
you didn't like Patong and you went to PP.
Yeah.
And then you worked in PP or did you have like a you were
Dude, it was
training out
too.
there
Oh
or
man, I had
just
the whole.
traveling.
For one, yeah, it was. I had the whole beach. I had the whole motorcycle diaries. I did the whole Thelma and Louise with my man. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and PP Island.
Yeah, bro. Like we fucking
But PBI was
drank
pretty
every night and made love to Swedish women.
What is it? Yo,
wait,
Swedish. The Swedish have been coming down since 2004. The Swedish have been coming hard since 2004.
Oh hell yeah! Like again, like I wasn't into Thai women back then.
Yeah, I feel you.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
And you went out to PP, and for me, like, dude, I wasn't not the same person I am all the time. Do you know what I mean? I obviously enjoyed a good party, and I did pretty well out there.
So people live in America, right? And I know it's very foreign. It's a long commitment to ask them to
Yeah.
buy the ticket, but how worth it is it compared to like bang for your buck and to like the experience you're gonna see in your eyes? Like, I prefer an American, right? For a Western, I don't
course.
think they understand how different of an experience you're gonna get. Like how little of the foreign, even to this
100%.
day,
Yeah.
you don't see a lot of Westerners. You know, there's not a lot of Americans.
And not
out in
Americans.
PP and
Not
Patong
Americans.
and Bangkok. No, it's usually
UK.
like UK. Europeans
Aussies.
get out. Europeans get out. It must be a real
Yep.
shithole, maybe. That's why. You know? So they gotta get out. Feel me? But yeah, it's crazy.
So that was living the dream, bro. I'll tell you the truth.
Yeah.
There is
That period of time,
man.
like again, like there were again, and I actually do feel a little bit like this post-COVID thing is kind of similar to post tsunami ish. You have same feelings because
You-
everybody's gonna have to rebuild. Everybody's getting hurt so bad. There's the rentals is the same way.
Yeah.
There's opportunities. That's the way that I saw it back then, and that's kind of the way I see it now. Unfortunately, does that make me calloused?
No.
I
Well,
mean,
I was gonna ask you. So you
I'm
were
full of
there.
compassion, by the way.
Were you there before the sun? You were there during the tsunami, like
No.
when it was coming, and then you went
I
after.
left like days before, but not days before. I left the island like on the 23rd. I flew home because my mother was basically like, "You better come home, son."
So
you
you're
know
in
what I mean?
PP, and then
This
and
is a crazy story.
How did the
So,
tsunami?
yeah.
How did the tsunami come? Was there warning? And like, what year was
Man,
this?
again, like I can't. I'm not gonna say that I was again because there's people that are like, "Yo, you're a survivor." I'm like, "Yeah, I am," but I actually wasn't one of the guys on the islands. Like I know the stories of all these dudes. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they're tough. They're tough. Like I feel lucky that again, like my mother, basically, my parents had gotten divorced that year, and we weren't gonna do Christmas as a family. And my mother was like, "No, you better come back. We're going to LA to meet you. Are you with me?" And I went back, and when I went back, bang. 10,000 people on fucking Kobe P. 6,000 of them went into a reservoir and the ocean and that. You know what I mean?
A reservoir? What do you mean? 6,000?
Yeah, man. There was a
How
lot of
many
people.
people?
A lot of the
In the
people that
reservoir,
died
people,
actually like went up in the villas. The villas pushed them back into the reservoir, and they drowned in the reservoir too. Not just, you know what I mean. There was a lot of bodies in that reservoir. I sound like we're in Full Metal Dojo. Full Metal Jacket.
Hey,
Where was I? See what I
and then that is crazy.
Because
dog.
that happened on Christmas Day in 2004.
Yeah, Boxing Day, the day after,
Boxing
26.
Day.
So the waves coming.
Yeah.
It's like a big ass wave, right?
No, it's not a big wave. It's like the tide rising ultra fast. So it's a wall of water that pressed
Oh, it's like
through.
this.
And you know how PP is. It's shaped like an hourglass. Mountains on rocks on both sides. Stone cliffs. You know what I mean? Limestone cliffs. Beauty. It's picturesque. You should go there. You know what I mean? Like, they're jetting out. It's an hourglass, right? So the wave just went straight fucking through. And then it did it basically from the backside,
like
too.
this. And then it came back.
So I know mad people. My boy Sammy Miami, who JP knows pretty well too. You know what I mean? Like that dude was on a boat. The ferry had left like a half hour before it hit. You know what I mean? And everybody who heard tsunami thought big Japanese wave. But now, as we know, you know what I mean? It is like almost the tectonic plates coming apart, moving, shifting, and then you have this, and then go, and so the tide actually, it's like getting the tide going real fast, higher than it would go, and then going back out, and then that actually like kind of fractures off, so you have that ripple effect for like, and that's what it was. PP was hit by like 7 waves, if you will.
Oh,
if you want to call them that.
Yeah.
And a lot of people died because they ran up onto the fucking mountain, and then they heard people down there like, help, and they went down to help. And that's when round 2 came in.
Another
you know what I
round
mean?
came in.
Exactly.
Oh,
you know?
fuck, man.
And it's like, we gotta go save them. And in different languages. In so many different languages.
How much time? Did they have time to get out? Like, did they get warning and stuff like that?
No,
People just-
no, nobody knew. Nobody knew. People walked towards it, remember? People walked towards it. When the tide went out, there were people that were like, look, the tide. I see fish. There's so let's go collect some
Yeah, it's the biggest telltale sign when that's happening, when tsunamis happening, is when the tide just goes out abnormally for a long time and far.
like the low tide.
Yeah, it
Where
gets
you can
real,
like walk out real far.
Yeah, the water just
It's
goes
like
all
getting
over,
sucked
so
in.
it's
Like,
just nothing there for a while.
Yeah.
For vastness.
And you see like fish all over in the sand and stuff like
Oh
that.
yeah.
From the bottom.
Oh yeah. Crazy talk.
Oh my! Oh, so then they go inside like they're going down.
Exactly.
down,
There were
down.
like
Oh,
kids like in
yeah.
kids in pools that were like, I'm gonna go. You know, mothers with their. You know, it was obviously one of the worst tragedies it was obviously the worst tragedy in my lifetime. Come on, to Thailand and Southeast Asia, COVID hasn't hit us that bad.
No.
Tsunami, like hundreds of thousands of people dead in a day. Do you know what I mean? So, rest in peace, motherfuckers on that tsunami day.
So the tsunami.
It's Boxing Day, yeah, exactly. Needless to say, post that, got into the fighting, got into throwing some fights, but I've always worked on other things as you know what I mean? I've always tried to diversify who I am and stay 3-dimensional, the most interesting man in the motherfucking world. you know what I mean? So, kept up that shit too.
Oh, man.
And talk like a pimp when you do.
Man. All right, so you get into the fight promotions, yo, and right now you're running a show right now, right? You are. I like to call you
future show. Yes.
The Don of the Dojo.
Thank you.
The Full Metal Dojo.
The Full Metal Dojo.
A dojo that my man's. You give me opportunity. I had 3 fights on it. You know what I'm saying? You gave me a lot of opportunity, and let me tell you what, dog,
you have one of my favorite fights still. Like,
yo, for the dojo. Every time I fought in the dojo, the doors of opportunities for other shows. I've always fought on. Every time I fought for you, I fought on another show, bigger and nicer, and like it always brought me to the next level.
Thank you very much.
You know, so I've always had a special place in my heart for Full Metal Dojo, bro. You had the fucking OG show.
Exactly.
How many legends you had on that show? We were talking about it with Glenn Sparv. We're gonna have that whole cast on the podcast.
So many, and it was funny again, like, and it just as all of us enjoy the people that have like passed by, the people that we've worked with, the people that we've trained with. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's so funny because again, I've gotten to see so much growth from fucking amateur Muay Thai, amateur MMA, to literally champions of the world. Peter Yan and fucking Alex Volkanovski going into it this weekend.
Yo.
Remember when Israel Adesanya was here all the time? Do you know what I mean? Like we've seen it like to the nth. Like we haven't had Connor, but aside from not having Connor, we've had everybody else.
Yo, everybody that's not American, everybody that wasn't come up in the American top team or California cycle, we've seen for
Correct.
sure. It's kind of crazy. I was listening to Chael Sonnen. He was talking on a podcast the other day how he was in Team Quest and that he was talking about in the early eras of MMA, there was like 3 gyms you could train at.
Yeah.
It was like Team Quest, I think Militic somewhere else.
So yeah, I was there when Raw. Like I actually spoke on a podcast with another friend of mine, this guy Shane Eitner, and me and Shane got me security jobs in Hollywood, and I worked at a place called the Hollywood Athletic Club. And when I was there, John Marsh was there, Frank Trigg was there, Mac Danzig was there.
Oh shit, Mac Danzig.
John Marsh was there. We had multiple dudes, and you know, being a part of a team that has multiple dudes, that's the way it feels when you're a part of any one of those things. The brother bondage, you know what I mean? The honor, the valor, the whole fucking 9 goes along with it. Champions feel like champions.
Yo,
you know what I mean?
That was a long time ago, man.
Yep.
Fuck, that's a squad, bro.
Yep.
Yeah, I remember Chael Sonnen. He was saying he's like, people always say, like, I wonder what it was like being a fly on the wall in those places, and it's kind of crazy, but like we have that inside look right now.
Of course.
Like, it's going on right now, and we don't even realize it. You know, I haven't
100%.
even stopped to smell the roses or anything like
100%.
this. It's just always happening, you know, like everything. You don't have time to really look back, because something's always popping off. But
that's why I appreciate the fact that you guys are doing a podcast. You need more. We need more recordings of people's thoughts on these types of things that we're into. Even if it's a niche of a niche, it doesn't matter. Like, we need to like actually document it. You do it already.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I'm sure that's
more
why
on the pipeline.
I'm sure that's why you dig doing this with him.
we haven't
obviously.
Yeah, we've been lackluster on the episode lately, but it just hasn't been much going on. There's been, you know, we've been going through the waves, but man,
you still have one of my favorite fights in all of my fights for Full Metal Dojo. Also because of the time and the setting. But when you fought, obviously Illumi, your fight with Illumi was the shit. And again, the back and forth, the punches were fun. Mm-hmm. And again, they came in bunches. And more than that, it just the ambiance of that fight too. There was some mad yelling going on during yours.
We had the Pakistan. What flag was going on?
Afghanistan,
Oh, we had the main event, dog.
Afghanistan.
Yo, hold on a second. Shout out to Peace Through Sports, the Diesel Diva, always
Diesel
representing.
Diva.
Dog, you threw on the most epic matchup. A little bit on the controversial side, dog. A little bit of Afghanistan versus America action.
Real life Rocky.
And yo, we had straight up those Afghanistan flags. They came out. The flags
They came out full
waving.
force.
Yo, and
The BBC did something on the guy.
Yo,
Yeah, Baz,
that
dude.
was
Baz
crazy.
and Dylan
yo.
Fussell.
That
Baz
was
versus Dylan
wild,
Fussell.
man.
Yeah.
But you still hold, and you hold one of my favorite fights that you matched up, the Joe Ray versus Ole Larson.
Yeah.
That was a banger. In the ring. What made you okay?
That's Dare Fight Sports.
The Dare Fight Sports. So
yeah. But that's also one of my favorite fights. Definitely like being there. Yo, just by the way, Ole walked out at that fight because there were so many huge fights that happened that night too.
Yeah.
But it was the first night that I'd ever heard a fighter, because like we were super cinematic back then too, and we were mad geeks. Me and Yane sat on that for Yane from like. Salute to him. Like it wouldn't. Half of the artwork that even the UFC is using today was definitely inspired by that dude. He's
really?
Artist. He's again a man behind the curtain, if you will. You know what I mean? And my hat's off to him. And I wish we will. Dare will watch. Dare will come back.
Really?
Oh yeah.
The fight show.
Dare Fight Sports.
Nah.
Watch.
Really?
Yeah. Watch, bro.
It's been a minute, yo. That's.
And there's gonna be somebody that like played my role, if you will. You know what I mean? We're gonna bring it back, but we're gonna bring it back with the same artist. Is what I'm saying. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And I'm gonna be able to yell motherfucker. Like I can't yell motherfucker with Full Metal Dojo all the time. We've discussed this. I'm allowed to discuss this on yours.
But what do you mean you can't? Why not? What do you mean?
There's a certain type of portrayal that Full Metal Dojo. Even though I take it to the nth degree. Like again, we still want to work with brands.
Yeah.
We still want to work with
you want to keep it
Fox Sports Asia and True Vision and Vice and all of the platforms that we've worked with in the past. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So all right. So how did you get into? What inspired you for the idea for Full Metal Dojo? What was your idea? What was your idea behind it? What was like your vision that you saw?
No, because it sucks to say, but again, like I kind of had a breakup with the guys from Dare because like there were fighters that actually technically weren't being taken care of, and I was the face of it, so like it sucked and it was a pressure. Like if I could actually go back, I would have probably done some things a little bit differently as well. You know what I mean? I didn't know how much money they were spending, you know what I mean? And now I do, and you know what I mean? It's like I wish I don't know, but they didn't let me in to that fullest degree either. So we all have these types of things happen. I was still able to get, like, again, man, I was a dude living in Thailand, not necessarily knowing what I was doing. I was working in events coordination. I had, like, a bar and a restaurant on Koh Phi Phi. I was moving up to Bangkok. I was coaching. At the time, I was coaching a lacrosse team, Thailand lacrosse team. Like, I did that for, like, a little bit. Yeah. I'm a weird, weird
I wrote
dude.
about it because of him.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, exactly.
So, all right.
So... Then, like, the Dare came along, you know what I mean? And we got along, like, fucking everything. And to bring it back to what we were just discussing, Ole Larson walked out to Last of the Mohegans. He's got Roger Huerta and Brian Ebersol in his corner, Joe Ray over there, and Joe Ray's already in there, and Homebody's walking out.
So epic. It was incredibly epic being there.
And bro,
the atmosphere. And mind you, this was like a ring in the middle of this place. It's so compact. Everyone's on the ring skirt, just watching the fights right there. It was truly felt like underground.
It really did. It's again, different weight class fights. They were on there. Moise Rimbaum fought that fucking huge dude. Yeah. Juiced him. Like basically took his liver and was like, I'll have
Ukrainian.
You will never have that again. Yeah. It was fucking the hippie kid, James.
Oh yeah,
Jimmy James took on the Russian.
Forgot about that.
And, two of those boys like hung out with Khabib for a while. Like a lot of careers again, like you're saying. Like so those dudes went on to big things.
The dude that fucking went to jail or something, right?
Dude got shot. Yeah. Dude got shot.
Oh yeah, he fought on that car.
He fought on that car.
That was that one, huh? Mid-violence.
All right,
that was the best.
But that was the last one of them.
Yeah, that was
right?
that was the last one.
But then that was the birth of the Full Metal Dojo.
Yes, it was.
The dojo that is still popping off right now, right?
Building
Thai
20
MMA.
coming up. You know
Just the birthday just passed, June 7th.
Yeah, exactly.
The first FMD1?
June 7th,
June
2014.
What year? How many years ago was that now?
2014?
6 years now.
6 years.
6 years.
That was an anniversary just recently, this month, summertime.
Last month.
Crazy talk.
So, where did you have that show? Where did you? How many shows? What show are you on now?
19 and 20, basically. Again, like I think it's well, where it's going 20. It's going double X's.
Yo,
You know what
so
I mean?
you're and how many you were? Man, so what was like some landmark shows? Say number 10. Where number 10 was a big one. Were
Man,
you
our
feeling
first
big for the
Halloween
10?
show was also a big one. The first Halloween show,
show.
like I remember that like pretty well. Obviously, I like number 3 where the Afghanistan, Dylan Fussell, Baz,
In the JJ
again, like
Market,
you,
yo.
In the JJ Market.
Was that John
It was
Mod?
packed.
Was on that?
Yeah.
John Mod?
Yeah, that was a great
How
time.
many people were in there?
Dare Fight Sports' underground show also was like super memorable. I can remember it like vividly. You know what I mean?
Alright.
My mom was there for the show. Brought my mom to some underground cage fights. I brought
Oh,
my mom to to
shit.
meet Mike the Machine Connors.
Hey,
You know what I mean? With his fucking awesome eyes.
You had Shafiq the Slasher on
Yeah,
there one,
exactly.
right?
Oh, one of his great Sebastian
Yo,
Canistan was
you
on
had
that
some,
too.
You had there's a bandit on
Sebastian choked out at Samu.
So
She was the bomb, dude.
he got his back tail. Isamu almost took his back for a
Yeah.
second. Wait a second. Oh, he fought the legendary Isamu. Yo,
Yep.
this guy is a real
Yeah.
a real character. Hey, and then so this show was it live or this was like it was like in a studio?
No, yeah, like,
it was in
it's
Thailand.
the same thing that we're doing now.
Thailand
I'm
was
coming
in-
full circle.
MMA is illegal. Wasn't legal in Thailand. At
Yeah,
the
it's
time?
technically banned, if you will. We didn't want to step on any toes, but like they really weren't paying attention to Farang.
So how did you put this together? It was like they just thought it was like
We held it like a
club. They
rave
thought it was
back
like
then.
Like a okay. Yeah.
We held it like a
Set up
rave.
the cage, charge at the door, have a security.
And not tell anybody where it's at until the day of. Tell everybody. Do not tell anybody until and then you send text messages out to everybody.
Yo, there was there
Everybody
Facebook.
gets a text message. No, there was no.
And there was no Facebook.
No.
How was Facebook like at that time?
We were
What
on
year was
MySpace.
it? No, for
Dare Fight Sports was on like MySpace.
Jesus.
wait, hold on. The one that
they were
Shafiq caught up?
2010, 2011, 2012, 2013.
Oh, well, yeah, that's true.
You know what I
Wait,
mean?
they had MySpace in 2010?
right?
I thought MySpace ended like 2005,
not
2004, yeah. What was the deal behind the name? How did you go? What was the inspiration behind the name?
Well, there's so many.
Oh,
Full
that's what I'm
Metal
saying.
Dojo,
Yes,
Metal
because
Gear
I feel like
Solid.
there's a theme, right? Like there's like a
To be cinematic was the whole theme. 80s and 90s
Yeah.
action movie.
80s, 90s
Be the real life
action
80s,
movie.
90s action movie. Be a
And
real
then-
life experience. Because again, we were thinking about it like a band, bro. I wanted to be like a band. And I want people to invite me to different places. But I wanted to be, like, again, it was all about the, okay, bro, promotions can't make money if they don't have broadcast deals. And if you don't have a broadcast deal, you basically are in events coordinating. So it's parties.
Oh, yeah.
So
okay, I
you
got
have to sell a certain amount of tickets, F&B, merch,
Throw
all
a
right?
good- but you could throw a good party, yo.
And I was...
You know how to throw a jam, dog. You know how to throw a fucking rave, son.
Right?
Okay.
So, that was how I went about paying you guys. I know that I can work to a certain point, that I can make a certain amount of sponsorships, and then I have this on top of it. Are you with me? You add those together, you set your budgets, you don't fucking... You stick to them. You know what I mean? And then, when that happens, you can make a show, and you can make... Dude, again, anybody can give me a call. Anyone can give me a call. Said it last night at our little... when we were finding fighters for this show. Again, I said
let's,
it last night.
let's get into
John Henry's going to do it. There's going to be some
Yeah.
other people. Hopefully the Primal show will come back. Hopefully Dare will come back. I know that, again, like, I'm doing this island show, this Full Metal Fight Island.
So what do you got? This is what's popping off right now.
This is what's popping off right now.
What do you got? All right. So it's full. When are we gonna? What's?
So I have to work with the COVID, right? So I have to
Yeah.
work with the COVID. I'm going to break it down for you for the simplest, because you'll be the guys that get it. So JP, take note. This is like how a show gets made. Everybody has to adjust. Everybody has to adapt. Everybody has to assimilate to different things. So for me, it was all about like trying to find out how I could please kind of everybody and myself at the fucking same time. All right? Because everybody's fucked. Because COVID's happening. It's a pandemic. I haven't had that before. First thing to get cut is marketing budgets. Dead serious.
Yes.
You know, right?
Yes.
Again, we already... first thing that cuts... So... And then... We live in a tourism industry. And there's no live shows. And you're not allowed these types of things. And they've put in these policies, rules, and regulations. So how are there going to be things? So I wanted to please the fighters that I could help. That are my fighters, though. Like you. But you know that also, I'm all about that Patong Stadium, like we talked about, Bangla Stadium. those stadiums are fucked. So we were making a Thai show for a Thai channel. So True then wants, we know these outlets, and we work with them, and we have these partnerships. Are you with me? So I got to please them. So they want more. You know what I mean? So then you have these two relationships, and then you have guys that are in marketing, and they want more, but they're not willing to pay for it, but then you can make everything. You know what I mean? You make barter trades in these times. Hunt. You should eat. You know what I mean? You got to adapt. Again. So I came up with the idea for making my Fight Island, not even based off of the... Dude, we were actually planning on doing this kind of show for a long time. And I direct a lot more film and a lot more eat, play, fights and a lot more docu-series type of shit. So we're doing a docu-series about me making a show during COVID. Are you with me? But then you'll see the show. So I have to break the fourth wall when I'm with you. But when the show happens, I will like put up the fourth wall like WWE and act like it's not like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? I'm like, of course it happened in the same day.
So we're going to have, and what do you,
so
where's
doing
the show
a television show.
Where's the show going to be at? Where are you guys going to host it at? Is it going to be at a certain location? Or is it gonna be
again. So like, so that will be another one. Like, it's an island off of the coast of Thailand in the Andaman Sea. Do you know what I mean? It's an island in Southeast Asia where fighters from around the globe will have to challenge themselves in epic contests. And for those who make it through Elimination Island, they will fight. And that's it. That's it. And they will fight.
And they
will get prizes.
And they're going to go through like an obstacle course and stuff like
Fuck
this?
yeah, they are.
Oh, snap.
Hell yeah.
All right. And then, so they're going to... And are they really going to compete? They're going to go like... The guys that are fighting each other will try to get like better times against each other.
Of course.
And the stuff?
In certain things.
Yeah.
We're not going to make the athletes like wear and tear themselves before. Obviously, it's going to be... You know what I mean?
It'll be the same
You're
day?
going to see in the documentary that like, again, like that it has to be split. So I gotta talk about it real. But again, when it happens, I will like ignore it. Said now. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'll be like, no. What are you talking about? But yeah, it's got to be shot in multiple days, so it's a show, so it's for post-production. Again, I'm not going after the I don't want this even to be like in the fight industry. I want this to be thought about like American Ninja Warrior or one of those, even MXC. Like, it will get silly. We're using comedy, but not that deep. I'll keep that for Full Metal Dojo, if you will.
Yeah.
But yeah, like our commentators are going to be very much up the alley of American Ninja Warrior and not Joe Rogan, Jimmy Smith, any of those dudes.
What's a Ninja Warrior commentator's like? I never heard him like, but...
Oh my gosh! He's running up the ninja wall. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah, and then will there be the same commentators for the fights?
Yeah. Yeah,
dope,
sometimes.
dope.
Give us the name
I will get you in there.
What is the name of this new venture, this new show?
Dr. Nutt's Elimination Island. Did I give
Dr.
myself
Nutt's-
a PhD? Yes. Yes, I did.
Dr. Nutt, what is your favorite fight on the Full Metal Dojo circuit that you've seen so far?
Oh, man.
There's some bangers, dog.
It's too hard. You just narrowed it down way too hard.
All right, that's true. All right.
You just narrowed it down.
Favorite finish? There's some
again some
it's gonna be
knockouts and
all right. So guys,
we can look to the future.
For the people that don't know, Jon Nutt, you think how many shows right now are actually your Full Metal Dojo is ran not by the universal standard of the, what's the rule set called again? You are one of the few
You have
and
the
only
global rule set, if you will.
the global rule set,
Yeah.
but you still allow.
Unified
but you got
as
soccer
well.
kicks,
I allow
pride
soccer
style,
kicks, yes.
foot stomps.
No, we did
Everything?
not do the stomps.
Foot stomp. All right, I got a funny, epic story about Mr. Jon Nutt.
Yeah.
I was competing for you, Full Metal Dojo. I don't know what, my first main event, but we were at the weigh-ins,
Yeah.
and something happened, dog.
Yeah. Yeah.
Who we?
Technically,
Somebody.
it's the same
All right. So wait. All right. So this guy shows up to the weigh-in, but he doesn't have an opponent, dog.
No.
He doesn't have an opponent.
Got out.
What
the
happened
day
to his
before.
opponent?
Man. Okay, so it actually happened to him twice. Once it was an Egyptian dude that was going to fight for us. That I'm not going to bring up these names because there's no point in bringing up the names. And and the Egyptian dude's dad passed away, and yes, of course, it's that, you know what I mean? So he lost that, and then this was something that happened to do with like a visa issue.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But if he didn't fight on that card, he wasn't able to fight on some other cards, basically, because you know how it goes. Some promotions need that jump off. Do you know what I mean? Like, again, I don't sign my fighters really. I sign you guys for 1 contract, 2 contract. You know what I mean? But like, I don't hold you guys down in any of that type of thing. And again, I'm marketing you to get you off to other promotions. You with me? So when we're talking about that, like, I remember him talking about like, yo, I need like I actually need your help because you promote me better than this probably other promotion does, and then I need you to like do this, and I can get this fight, and then I get that other one. You feel me?
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Try to break it. See how that happens. JP, what are you doing these days? while he's fixing his mic.
Yeah, man. Listen, we're doing all this podcast right now.
Yep.
We got more coming soon. And I'm just excited to have you here right now.
Yeah.
What I've been doing in the last couple, especially the last couple weeks during COVID, is just exploring the options and the opportunities, like you say.
Yeah.
Because right now, this time, as crazy as it is, always presents itself some different opportunities.
Correct.
So I'm looking at different ways of, just getting into the media business in a different type of way.
Yeah.
So, I mean, this podcast is amazing. I love it, and I love what you're doing, especially.
Yeah.
I see that as like an inspiration.
Salute.
You know, because you've been able to go all around the world and do.
Yes.
Like, let's roll off some of the credits here, because I'm very want to just get a little bit of nuggets out of you about the prison fight stuff.
Yeah.
That was epic. That was epic a few years ago.
Yeah.
Like, amazing. And David LeDuc was on that too.
Yeah. Again, so I got to do them from multiple platforms. I did the Vice one, and I did the Coconuts Bangkok one.
Yeah.
And I produced the one for Vice, and I was actually produced and was in the one for Coconuts. And they both did fantastic.
They're amazing. Alexander Hotz did a great job on that.
Yeah, exactly. Hotz is the man, dude.
Hotz is great. He's on Wall Street Journal right now.
I know,
He's
exactly.
Awesome. Big ups on Hotz.
Correct. And dude, obviously the other people, all of the other people, we can just salute them all, but you know what I mean. Like, the Coconuts crew is there.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Awesome. And one thing also, I want to just kind of bring this back around a little bit. A couple years ago, this isn't my first go around doing webcast podcast, my friend. A couple years ago, me and this guy and Mr. Ben Stark and Mr. Ree Webster did what was it called? I'm sorry, what was it called? It was a different kind of podcast as well, where basically you and Ben would just talk about fights, what's coming up, what's going on. It was so much fun in Bangkok.
Correct, Amundo.
2013, I believe.
Yeah, exactly, 2013. And again,
you guys
like, we had
put them out on YouTube, or do you have them out?
They're still out on YouTube.
Still out right now?
Yeah.
Oh, nice, man. And you were living out in Bangkok at the time?
Yeah, I was living out in Bangkok for a couple months doing jiu-jitsu with Ben Stark. He was my coach there.
The Hebrew Hammer.
Yeah, and that was around the time I had really gotten to know you better.
Yeah,
we had
exactly.
met before.
Hollers boy.
How did you get the? So what did you do with the prison fights? You said.
So again, like, yo, man, I was fortunate enough to be able to one that had the contacts to produce the event. You know what I mean? To get the cameraman.
So how'd you get involved? They contacted you from Vice?
A lot of people knew Jitty Jim, and again, there was James Goiter. And
he fought in prison fights too.
Yes, he did.
He did.
He fought an inmate.
He boxed an inmate.
And if the inmate he fought the inmate. So when you do for the
the
guys that did the prison fight, these are furlong fighters that they train and then they volunteer, or they're gonna do a fight camp to fight? How did this? Who started this? Who made the idea of prison fight that these jail guys?
So the Thai government has this system for incarcerated felons who are non-violent felons. Mm-hmm. It's usually drug related, but have higher than 15 years on their sentences. There's a system called, I guess, prison fights. They've changed the name over the years, but essentially what it is a tournament over the years where it started with boxing, because at first they just wanted the big
Muay Thai.
Yeah. Then eventually, even though Muay Thai was is the national sport, they only did boxing at first. Then eventually they started doing Muay Thai because they felt early on that it was a little unfair because a lot of the prison guys, like everyone does Muay Thai.
Muay Thai is the national sport, even
so
at that time.
So they kind of want to make it a little fair.
You can be anything and a Muay Thai fighter. You can be a drug dealer and a Muay Thai fighter, a criminal.
Well,
and a Muay
but
Thai
now
fighter.
it's all Muay Thai. It's all kinds of rules. So that's what it is. So if these fighters make it to if these inmates, a lot of times they get to a tournament. Maybe the final is a foreigner. Maybe they only get one fight and they have to be a really high level foreigner. So it's different things for different fighters. If they win their freedom.
It happens at these different, at like Klong Prem and Klong Pai. It happens,
right?
Yeah, and it happens like twice a year at both of the prisons. You know what I mean? So it's not also the most frequent thing that goes on. Everybody thinks that it's like,
no.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I know people that have tried to get it produced more than the Showtime one that went on with Ron Perlman and that. And
sick.
Yeah, they tried to get it more, and they're trying. Dude, I know people that are trying to get Con Air to happen. And they're going to try to fly prisoners from Mexico to Thailand for these prison fights. And yeah, I'm dead serious, bro. These guys from Estonia.
Why not? We're Burmese prisoners. Do Lethwei versus?
Why not?
Or just like one of the two.
The thing that it comes to MMO as well, like on an educating everybody, is again they like. It was always made, like, I think on the Showtime one, they made it out to be, like, all these gangsters and all this type of thing. Bro, for the American prison system, it would be the same thing as being on the football team. You know what I mean? Or the baseball team. Because we have that in prison for good behavior, if you will.
Like athlete, like Gridiron.
Yeah, you remember that?
Right?
Yeah, exactly. And all those other... The Longest Yard.
The Longest Yard, sorry.
You know what I mean?
Was that Gridiron? Was that?
No.
I don't know what's Gridiron. I just made that up. That's
Football,
just the name
American
of the
football.
I'm down with it.
Oh,
yeah. But it is. That's
non-soccer calling countries
Damn,
call
so
it
you had
Gridiron.
your foot. You had your foot. You had the shoe in on the. You helped put together the prison fight documentary.
Yeah, so I did that.
That was a big hit. So for anybody who hasn't seen, you guys can see that. And
Sure.
Dave LeDuc got onto that.
Yep, that
and he was
did.
training at Thailand at the time. Was he training? Where was he training?
He was at, like, again, like when... it's funny because for knowing these fighters the way that I do, you know, when he talks about, like, his come up and, like, when he was broke and, you know what I mean, living in a place that wasn't that nice in Phuket, like the Thais and all that, you know, because you did it too, and you did it too, and we did it too. And when he was having his first years, obviously, and there was the fucking kind of hardest time, do you know what I mean? And you're still, like, so... It's still a novelty. You're not on vacation. It is your life. You're here longer than a period. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like a weird spot. But
so it's funny because he was going through that when I was like kicking ass and taking names. And, you know?
Yeah,
I'm fucking with you.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yo, when I fought, well, that's how it is sometimes. It's all right. That's the way the cookie crumbles. You know, it's kind of, the world goes in circles.
Yeah,
you know?
now I work with him with the WLC. And
dude, I
got mad love for
Dave LeDuc. Dave LeDuc at the time was.
This is way before he was. We're talking about King motherfucking LeDuc.
The king. There you go. Salute.
The king of Lethwei.
Yeah.
You know, the man literally put Lethwei on the map. You know what I'm saying? So shout out our boy. Yo, I flew after my one championship debut. I flew to Myanmar to go watch him fight. It was like a 30-minute flight just from Malaysia, but that was one of the best experiences I ever had in my life. Like
sick.
Calling his fights for me.
So you got to you called his fights in live in the show English, right? Commentating. What was that like, man? Commentating.
Oh, and I learned all these phrases in Burmese.
Wow. And how do you?
So, you know
throw one out there.
Yeah, hit us with that.
Myanmar. You know, like, yeah, man. Mangalaba.
I remember Minglaba. Hey, at our Big Chicken, our favorite restaurant, all the workers are not Thai. So we say Sawadi Ka, but you really got to hit them with a Minglaba.
You do.
Because they're all Burmese, all our favorite.
Mangalaba Kanya.
And, man, Myanmar is one of my favorite countries that I've ever been to. One of my best trips that I ever had when I visited. I remember you telling me Myanmar is the spot to be. You were like, yo, that was Thailand 20 years ago.
You could go open up a gym there and be the only... You're immediately the best fighter almost in the country.
I'm down. Sign me up, kid.
You know what I mean?
I'm so down. I was talking to, what's this guy's name? Fo. I was talking to Fo from
exactly.
From again, and I was like, he thinks I'm kidding. I'm like, yo, I was like, yo, you got a gym out there or whatever? You got some sponsors? Let me know, bro. I'm down.
Of course.
I'm so down to go live in a rice field out there and teach these. Yo,
if I were you,
these the Lethwei fighters are savages, bro.
Savages.
Yeah. These guys, they fight with no mouthpiece, dog.
A lot of them.
I don't know if these people know they eat. I don't know what they're eating, like this numbing cream or something, dog.
Oh, that. Yeah.
And then they're going out there and they're scrapping and without. You know what I mean? So yo, I go to the Lethwei fights, man, and it was one of the most violent fights I've ever seen in my life. Every single fight was just viciously violent.
Yeah.
And it was a WLC. Dave LeDuc fought, bro, another legend.
Seth Baczynski?
No.
Chun Min.
Simon.
Oh, Cyrus Washington.
Cyrus. He fought
Yes.
Cyrus,
Oh, yeah.
bro.
Yeah.
And I was like, yo, this is gonna be a crazy fight. Cyrus looked like, I knew Cyrus was training hard, seen him running down the soil all the time,
Of course.
looking fit. And that was a great. He didn't get touched, but every other fight before that was like an absolute war, yo. Everybody was banged up.
Oh, of course.
My friend Victor Hugo and Monica, they fought.
of course.
Our two Costa Rica
Great
Monica.
documentary. Who shot that one? That's
Jeff Sandler.
Jeff
Jeff
Sandler,
Sandler.
Yeah.
So
Big shout out to
Yeah.
Jeff.
Bro, shout out
That
to
was
Jeff.
dope, yeah.
You guys
It's
want to
all
see an
about
amazing documentary? Check out this WLC
That's-
Fights World Lethwei Championship.
That was
An
sick.
artist.
Tiger, Team Tiger.
Mixed
we got
martial Jeff Sandler.
Bro.
Artist.
On Fight Island right now. Check him out.
Dave LeDuc, Monica, and Victor. They all fought, and Victor and Monica's fight was just a tough fight, but Victor's was one of the most like crazy fights I've ever seen live.
Yo,
Yeah.
5 rounds, hit the man with had 2 headbutts. He thought he was gonna die in the middle of the round. They had to take. In that way, there's no rules. You get knocked out. You can wake back up.
They were of the old rules. Are you with me?
Yeah, they had the rules, so you could only win by a KO. So
Only
if you
by
fight
KO.
to the decision, if you fight the distance, it's a decision, yo.
Correct. So WLC now has the whole. We go to the judges, if you will.
Yeah, I guess
So
they
we-
had
we,
to
uh,
make it. They had to.
You gotta make it for
clear
television.
winner. Yeah, 'cause
You gotta make it for
people-
television.
People ain't gonna watch. People ain't gonna spend their time for 15 minutes, and you're gonna give them a draw.
Correct.
Don't nobody want to see that shit. This ain't soccer. That's why Americans. I think that's why Americans don't like soccer, yo. It's because they can't. It's one of the things,
Very
People
intelligent
don't
man.
like the draw, Like
Yeah.
people want to go overtime. That's why overtime is big. Soccer America has
I'd
overtime.
rather watch a shootout.
You want to see a
Yeah,
finish?
I want to see somebody win.
You'd rather see 1 for 1, boom, boom.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. But so you got to commentate a bunch of Lethwei fights. You commentate a lot of K1 fights all around the world, man.
Kunlun, bro. I did Kunlun for a long time. when they had
Kunlun's
the
a big
best
show,
fights.
man.
That's a big show in China.
Super legit, super well organized, man.
And
Shout out to Tony.
when I was doing it for exactly. Shout out to Tony.
Good lad, man.
Yeah, great. Yeah. I love all those guys. Cezanne is the shit.
Cezanne, dog.
And I did All-Star Fight with Borkow. I've done, you know what I mean? Like,
Yo.
I went to, this time, like 2 years ago, we were in Prague, bro. This time 2 years ago, I was in Prague calling a Borkow fight.
Hey, if you guys
You know
don't know, when I snotted on Buakow's foot, that was I got to fight for Metal Dojo because of my dog right here, Jon
Yeah.
Nutt,
Oh, that's your boy.
FMD3. The man Buakow knows this face, dog. He
Yeah.
saw this man throw down.
Yeah.
And he knows I'm the one that hit him on the nose with the snot right when right
Yeah.
before you're about to call us out, yo.
Hilarious.
Hey, but what we were gonna say. So remember, this guy pulls out of the fight. We got off a little bit off time. One talk. You're one of the first people I've ever seen promote a show.
Yeah.
Okay, matchmake.
Yeah. A lot of it.
A lot of the matchmaking, commentate. I know, announcer. You were
Yeah,
the announcer,
not the commentator. Yeah.
And then when Homeboy didn't show up for the scrap, you also
Jumped in the ring.
stepped
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
and took a fight. You used my cup, dog. I was the main event.
Yeah.
So let me paint the picture for you guys.
Yeah,
Jon Nutt calls up the first man. Ladies and gentlemen, we got Pepito Reynaldo coming out of the blue corner. Then he
Give it
calls
up
out,
for Pepe.
and then in the red corner, at 185 pounds, my dog Jon Nutt takes off his shirt and weighs in.
Yeah. Yep.
With the glasses that I think you're wearing now.
Yeah. Yes. It very much was.
And
That.
I didn't even realize what I was seeing was happening, dog. So you were like fight number 6 or number 7, yo.
Yeah. Got to wrap up.
So, so guys, fast forward. This is at the weigh-ins. You stepped in. You faced off with your opponent.
Yep.
You faced off. You got the photos, and you continued announcing the rest of the card. Then
Correct.
we do our weigh-ins, and then
Calm as a cucumber.
And then the next day, you announce all the fights. You do the whole show, and then for your fight, you come backstage.
Yep.
And you laced up your boots, dog, like Biggie Smalls, bro. And
Yeah.
I gave you my cup, and you went out there and you fucking threw down.
Yeah.
dog.
I got it. Thank you.
So you are the first man in history ever to put a show together.
Yeah,
And
probably.
also fight on your own show.
Kind of.
That's
Probably.
respect, my man.
Yeah.
You stepped in there and you put it on the line. And
Yeah.
then remember for the next 2 fights, you came backstage and you're like, everybody's got to relax. I got a headache right now.
Yep.
You literally came back, took a swig of your beer. We're like, yo, I need a minute. I'm a little bit concussed.
Yeah. Yep. And I used that word, I believe. That was a fun time. That was a fun time.
That was at Insanity. That was like your first time Insanity nightclub.
Yep.
That was like the old Joe Ray days. That was where the last Dare show was. I like that spot. What's your favorite Full Metal Dojo spot?
Again, Insanity's it. Insanity's it. The new Insanity is the bomb.
The new Insanity is dope.
Crazy lights, crazy the screens, everything. It's so inclusive or exclusive, if you will. I mean, again, the way that we get people around that cage, bro. Watch out! So let's go back. I'm gonna go back, if you will.
Go for it.
So I am doing this island show that we've been talking about, but I'm also going to again right away do a Full Metal Dojo show after, and there's going to be more shows that we're going to do. I said to you you were there last night. We will be helping out with BKFC Asia. You know what I mean? We will be doing bare knuckle boxing.
Is it the same ones? Is it the same guys in
Yes,
Florida?
it will. Yes.
Yo, shout out to Will Chope. He's fighting for.
Yes, exactly. So it's Dave Feldman and all those guys. My boy Jason. I know the same people that they do in Philadelphia, and we know that, you know what I mean? They're good dudes. So again, basically, I'll be doing their reality show, if you will. I'll be shooting their reality show of them coming over here, and it will be fantastic. You know what I mean? You guys know how I roll art-wise. You know what I mean? So it's me bringing my art of Southeast Asia to the BKFC boys. And I'm telling you what, like, I honestly think it could be a mega hit. You know what I mean?
Where are we going to have shows?
Again, like, so you'll actually tour Thailand by the quarterfinals, semifinals, and finals. They're going to send over their dudes. We're already going to have dudes over here. They're going to match up. They're going to take on each other in Bangkok. That will be the quarterfinals of it. Are you with me? Those dudes that lose will bounce. The dudes that are here will stay. Are you with me? And then from there we will kind of move it down the ladder. And I'm not going to tell you where we're going to go because that's part of the show. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? But it's going to be fantastic.
For Fight Island, for Dr. Nutt's Fight Island.
Yes.
Oh no, Dr. Nutt's Elimination Island.
Yes.
Do you have a lineup? Do you have a card lined up yet?
We have a lot of the fighters on there already. We have all the Thai fighters, so we're doing it in 2 different languages.
Okay.
So we have it in Thai and we have it in English, and I've talked to JP about trying to put it into Spanish. Again, this is something that we can definitely go back to, but I'll tell you what, man. We're doing the Thai show again. COVID relief, helping out those that are like so banged up by not having the stadiums be back in action. There's no Bangla Stadium. There's no Patong Stadium. There's no Chalong Stadium. There's no Rawai Stadium. The industry is decimated, bro. No. It's decimated.
Yeah.
And I'm looking after the foreigners for sure. I think I'm one of the only ones that are keeping it with my Falang brothers, if you will. But again, the ones that really need the help, if there was a promoter out there that could help them, anyone, I don't know who it is, but if there was a promoter out there that could help them, it would be to give money to that core group that make their money on like the weekly shows, bro. Bangla goes 3 days a week. Patong Stadium goes 3 days a week.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's hundreds and hundreds of fighters, if not thousands of fighters,
exactly,
that literally make a lot of their rent on fighting once a month,
the dynamic
twice a month.
In Thailand is the fact that there's just that the Muay Thai industry here is massive in the sense that there's just fights every night. There's so many fighters out here that's that they depend on.
300,000 plus.
The fact that, especially in Phuket, we have so many tourists, you can pack that and you can pay the fighters a little more. That's why crabby fighters come all the way here.
Correct.
I mean, this affects not just fighters in Phuket; it affects fighters outside of Phuket.
Yeah, fighters from people drive every day from Khao
Chiang Mai is
Chiang Mai must be completely destroyed.
Loy Crow.
So I mean, like having this show that you're providing is definitely a big help,
right,
for a lot of the guys out here.
Yeah, and it's going to hopefully be like a regular thing, and I'm gonna work with my old Patong manager from Patong Stadium Gym, Jay Bo. Holla at your boy, Sawadi. You know what I mean? Like, yo, man, we're gonna hopefully do this like every month, made for television, to go out like of that sort, go after a broader audience not the MMA and not the fight audience, but again, the game show audience, the Mark Burnett Survivor audience. Again, that's where I want to be the Quentin Tarantino of the Survivor game. You know what I mean? Amazing Race on crack, son. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's going to be something really, really special. Nobody's ever done this.
No, this is
And I'm going to
awesome.
do it in tune with a whole, like, 3 or 4 other events. And then that's going to have that behind the scenes of that. Are you with me? And it's going to be the shoulder content that I put out. All the extra shit, the documentary shit. That's where my martial artist, like I'm a mixed martial artist too, son. You know what I mean? Like, we got to get... Those are the ones that I'm going to throw out there. So there's going to be a whole shit ton coming.
Yeah.
A whole bunch.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see it.
Yeah. And again,
We got any dates on this?
we won't go past the August 22nd on the first one.
Okay.
So again, the show then would come out about two weeks after that.
Okay, so it'll be like a closed door event, huh?
The closed door event. Got to work around COVID, right?
And then it will be like, wow, that's gonna be crazy with the mask and everything, huh?
Yeah.
And then,
The name of the venue, like the you guys were throwing out there, man, it's gonna look beautiful.
Again, yeah. We can
you
say
can't
it.
name
Blue
the
Tree.
name?
Blue
Oh,
Tree.
you guys gonna do
Yeah,
that?
you're a
There we
Phuket dude. Announce it on your. Again,
good.
like I told you.
I want to make sure.
Get it on there.
I want to make sure.
For sure. Blue Tree, they're going to be the venue partner. They're going to be, like, epic to work with. Again, they want something like this. We want to do something like this. It will highlight all of the challenges that Blue Tree has to offer in terms of the slide. We're going to have that slip and fly. We're having zip lining. We're having
gonna
rock
be
climbing.
It's a beautiful
We're having cliff
location.
jumping. We're having, you know what I mean?
And fights.
And fights. My fight island is so much better. It doesn't have George Masvidal, goddammit, but it's still more beautiful.
so you got
what I mean?
Dana White's, excuse me, you got UFC's Fight Ireland,
Correct.
or you got Dr. Nutt's
Elimination
Elimination
Island.
Island.
Elimination
I'm going to Elimination Island any day. I'd rather go to Phuket than Abu Dhabi. Get out of here.
And he's a doctor.
Come on,
like,
bro.
Come on.
Comparing apples to oranges here.
I was talking to Dr. Pepper
not
the other
even the
night,
same it's not-
and we decided, you know what I mean.
We're not even in the same ballpark, man. We're not even in the same ballpark.
More entertaining.
Yeah.
More entertaining.
But,
it'll be interesting. So again, like I'll help out those fighters. I'll give them as many fights as they can get. I'm not going to pay like one larger name more money when I can help out 30 dudes at the bottom. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we're going to again put these people through challenges, which they will obviously have a fantastic time at. You know what I mean?
Nice, man.
And big shout out to again. Happy Jacks. Big shout out to California
I was
Inc.
gonna say, man, you came through.
Big
Hey,
shout
thank
out
you so
to
much, man.
TCB. Big
Yo,
shout out
He
to
came
Golden
here.
Axe.
John came here with some nice treats, some
Yeah.
good hot dogs.
Well, man,
out there
you
from
came
Happy
through.
Jacks.
I've been living in Thailand for 7 years, dog. And when you came through. You said you asked me before. You said, "Yo, you guys want some hot dogs? How you want it?" I said, "All the way, baby. You know how
Yeah.
we do." And dog, you came through with the classic, original, official, real deal Holyfield hot dogs. And that just so happens the beautiful shirt that you're wearing.
Exactly, bro.
It just so happens to be them, isn't
Wardrobe.
that? So if you guys are in Phuket, Southeast Asia, holla at your boys. Happy Jack.
In Rawai.
In
Yeah,
Rawai. I can vouch for it myself. I just had one. Hot damn, Sam.
Rawai.
That was delicious, dog.
I know.
I really enjoyed them, bro.
It's foolish how good his hot dog is.
So how
He
you
smokes
enjoying?
it.
Yo, how you enjoying Phuket since you've been back?
I love it.
You've been in Bangkok for a
I
hot
love
minute.
it. How long I've been in Bangkok for 10 years now.
And you've been back in Phuket for a couple weeks, just moving,
Correct.
grooving, getting the Fight Island going.
Well, I just
together
think
and stuff?
again, I think we will start doing this for a monthly show. Like again, I think it will very
Really?
much rotate over.
Oh wow, that would be
and
great.
again, at least help out the Muay Thai fighters because we'll do boxing and MMA too. We're probably going to do MMA in a ring for this show because obviously we're going to do the same sports and you understand.
Yeah, for
but it'll
sure,
be
man.
such a beautiful location, and again. I would hope that you guys will both obviously be there because
Sure.
you know what I mean.
If I make the cutoff.
Yeah, exactly. Well,
The
again,
COVID cutoff.
Yeah,
Man.
yeah. Dude, we're gonna.
It's a
it's gonna be
couple rules, you know?
it's gonna be very tough. It's very tough. But again, between the two of us, we'll have everybody's safety in check.
Nice.
It won't even be an issue.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, listen, Thailand hasn't really been.
Have
we've
been hit by
been
hard.
fortunate. Let's just
Yeah,
say we've been
for sure.
fortunate.
For sure.
Hell yeah,
Man,
man.
this is awesome.
So that's gonna be we're looking mid-August, 2 weeks after. We're looking like September launch off, or we're looking by August already have it on and popping.
Yo, man, I want to do we're gonna do ours by the 22nd for the Full Metal Fight Island, and then the following weekend or the weekend before, I will literally do a Full Metal Dojo, but it will be all circus fights. Dead serious.
What
all
does that
freak
mean?
shows.
What do you mean? Like midgets?
He mentioned this the other day. I think I want to see your reaction when he says this.
There'll be a lot of big versus little.
Okay, so how does this work? What does that mean? Like,
65 kilos versus 120 kilos.
oh, nice, full MMA.
Yeah.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
all right.
There'll be some other Lethwei fights. Definitely.
Okay.
Like
In the
hopefully
cage?
feeder leaguing up to the WLC. Are you with me?
Yeah, for sure, man.
Like,
Oh, yeah, for sure. That
love
would be.
you know what I mean? So like,
Yeah.
hopefully we push them on to that.
You'd be the first to do that. I don't know
Man,
how
again,
many that
we're
would be.
trying to work on like multiple things with them, and like I can't go in. That's one that I can't go into, but I obviously work with the WLC. We will be looking to do a show in Bangkok. I do need fighters that are here in Thailand, so I told them last night, like reach out to us too. The WLC is my home. Gerald's my man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So we definitely will be doing that. That's another side game. But for the FMD, we will have some as well. Again, looking to push them towards that WLC. We will also hopefully have some BKFC fights on there to try to get those onto the reality show. Are you with me?
see.
But then, yes, I plan on doing 2 versus 1. Probably fucking Russian versus Russian, as you know. You know what I mean?
Nationalism is the best way to get people
To hate somebody you've never met. Yeah. Yes. Again. And
That's a quote by him, by the way. I'm not
Yeah.
quoting anybody else. It's him.
So, what else you got going on, man? Anything else? So you were talking about,
Everything else, bro.
you got some.
Everything else.
So you got Dr. Nutt's Elimination Island,
Yeah.
and let's cap off the show with you got some big news about you were writing a children's book, or
Yeah. You just went straight there.
what's
Let's take a hard right.
Let's take it. My man, not only making fights, and not only do we got Fight Island,
Yeah.
but you're a man of many talents.
Yeah.
You're also. You can speak you know Thai, you
Yeah.
speak Thai and
What's
English,
the Thai
but you can
dialect?
you can also sing in Thai.
Yes.
And you know the translation to American songs in Thai.
Yes.
And this has led you to a band. You're in a band now too?
So I'm in a band called the Bangkok Boys, aka The Vicious Mango, which is our website, www.theviciousmango.com. Are you with me?
Okay.
You got
Yeah.
merch. Go grab
Got merch. I
You
got
got
merch.
merch.
Got merch.
You got merch.
For sure.
Viciousmango.com.
Yep. And then again,
Dr.
me and-
Nutt?
yep,
Do you have
me
a
and
Dr.
Bart.
Nutt shirt?
You
with
should
the
have a
missing-
Dr. Nutt shirt.
Oh, it's coming.
I got
Don't you worry. But Bart's on all
Put me
this.
down.
My boy Bart does he's my guitar player.
Okay.
But he also is helping us do music for Full Metal Dojo because you got to have that non-copywritten
Yeah, you
music.
gotta own that stuff.
Yeah, me and JP are working on an intro for the Honey Badger Hour.
Yeah.
We got a good one. Shout out to Bob and Dan. Best chiropractors on the internet. We're gonna steal the best chiropractors on the internet, Bob and Dan's song. And we're gonna call it JP and Emilo's podcast. The best podcast on the internet. Alright, so
We're giving away too much already.
hey, yeah, we've already let out.
Don't copyright that shit.
So man, how did you get into a band? Have you always been into music and stuff like this, or like?
Yeah, but never. Yeah, again, always been into it. I played in a band in college for like a minute, not anything special. And then not really going to it, but again with the COVID thing. Okay, we had planned on doing this before though. I had talked to some dudes in November about trying to find somebody so that I could do. Again, get out that artistic feeling is definitely number one. Like I was like, yo man, I'm getting old and I want to play in a band and I don't want to be super old when I play in a band. Like let me start thinking about it. But also I kind of knew that I didn't really want to play in a full band, and so when I met Bart and he actually said the same fucking thing, it was like, oh snap. And he was like, are you okay being, because he's Polish, are you okay being like just in a duo, you know? And it's like a power duo collide, you know. And then we made music. Do you know what I mean? And then we started doing more. And then the pandemic happened, and so you have to adjust.
Wait,
and
so he does guitar. What do? You sing? Guitar and singer?
Yep, guitar and singer.
He doesn't do no vocals or nothing? Or he does some
So he
vocals
produces
too?
a lot. Well, he does like little background vocals.
What do we need a drummer? I should learn how to play the drums.
You should.
And I can drum in this bitch. Boom, boom.
There you go.
I'll just learn like 2 or 3 notes, and once every song
I think
has to
that
be
was it right
surrounded around those 2 notes.
Yo, but I just remember going out and Bangkok nights here. We'd go out with you, and we go to one club where there's a band. And then, he's like, just go grab a drink. I'll be there in a second. Okay, so we go out there, me and Ben, I remember, just go out, grab a drink. We're just waiting for you. Where is he? Next thing we look up at the band on stage. He's walking up, and then the Thai singer's introducing, okay, blah, 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 Jon. And you just kill it in Thai. And mind you, we're in a Thai club. So everyone's like loving it. It's just rocking, and it was amazing. That was just, and I don't know if you were in the band at the time, but it was just, you've been doing this for a while.
I remember.
They don't call me Johnny Showtime for nothing. You know.
So what do you got? What do you and Bart got going on right now?
Well, he obviously, again, I got then inspired to like learn a lot more Thai music. So I mean, we have a repertoire of like 12, 13 songs right now that like I can just break off. You know what I mean? And so again, like he's coming down here tomorrow. Like we're gonna go shoot some more music videos because I do videos.
Music videos?
Yeah,
oh, that's it.
Because that's how we. You know what I mean? That's how you get it out there.
I went in on those.
Shooting some, yeah, exactly. Like
Are they up
Hasselhoff
yet? Are
shit.
they up yet or no?
No. We have 3 of them. We have On Prama Poop and Sipsi Kong, and then we have the rap rock version of Sipsi Kong.
I'll be in the background, like just being hard, bro. Please.
Yeah.
I'll just look hard in the back.
I'm shooting it at Roger's old place.
Oh my god, yes.
This weekend again, like so. Yeah, we can make this happen.
Let's do this. I'll be in the back, just reading whatever you need. Picking a coconut, cutting a coconut.
For sure, we can make this happen. And again, it'll look. It's gonna be screensaver-ish.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's gonna be beautiful.
That's a beautiful look.
Brandon
that's
Mendez
cool,
is the best editor in the fucking world too. So I'm gonna go back to swearing a lot.
Okay.
And that's a good so that's a good little side passion, huh? Get your mind like working and brain working on other outspace besides what
It's
you
all about
normally do,
again we talk about it all the time. But yes, I do weird stuff. So again, like loads of it. But gotta work different angles.
There's something really healthy about that, man. You know, like having a bunch of different outlets for getting the energy out and putting out your art, whatever. Like you said, like mixed martial art is not just arts and fighting, but mixed in any art. You know what I mean? Like martial art is the fighting art, I guess, right? But man, being a man of being able to tap into a few different things, like Valentina, dog. Valentina shoots, she fishes, hunts,
dances,
fights. She's the best dancer.
Best that
she's the best
reality show in
bro.
Peru.
She plays the ukulele. You know, I was just hearing this thing telling her today, like so.
Well, again, like that's
good,
the way
man.
to keep not bored in life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Boredom is the biggest burden. And, so don't try to go there.
I was telling JP, and in the first recession, that's how I got into MMA. I got laid off from my job, and then I was collecting unemployment, and I had extra time.
Yeah.
Not extra time, but I was already training, but then once I got laid off, I was able to train like 3 times a day like a professional athlete, and I was getting unemployment on the side, so I was like, fuck. And I got really good really fast, and then I was like, oh shit, I caught up with like the higher belts. But the first recession came to one trade, and now in the second recession of my life, every 10 years you get a recession. Every 10 years I got my 10 years in the martial arts game, locked in my 10,000 mat time for sure. And now me and JP are clocking those podcast hours. So in the next recession, I was like, yo, right away, once everything shut down, I was like, all right, we gotta keep this show rolling, dog. We can't train every day. We can't do what we normally do. So we just started podcasting.
There's no reason why you guys shouldn't do it more.
Yeah, we've been.
We've been a little.
I ain't gonna lie, man. Like the COVID blues kind of hit us a little bit. You know, I got into a little bit of rut. Got hurt a little bit.
Can I give you a little advice on this one?
What's happening?
So when you're forming like kind of like it's a friendship, right? So you guys are just gonna do this anyway, right? You need to think about it as longevity. It's not about like the number of times you do it or like whatever. It's the distance. Don't go after the numbers. Go after like we're gonna just try to continue to do this for 15 years.
I got you.
That would be epic.
We said we committed to 52 episodes
If you
in
have
a
to
year.
adjust,
No matter
you
what.
move out of the country.
Yeah.
You could still do it from afar.
Nah, but we already talked about it. Yeah, we're gonna go. We already spoke about this.
So it's the longevity. Do
There are
it.
plans in place right now.
Correct. So don't like you got to do it like a band. You got to do it again. Like we want to go like okay, this is a podcast. This is what we want to do. Rock this at this time. This is the schedule.
Boom, and stick to it.
And stick to
Yeah,
it.
I guess I'm still trying to figure out, like, I don't know, I guess, like, we're doing it, but then sometimes I wake up and I'm like, fuck, man, I don't want to be exposed like this no more, I just want to hide under a shell, but
But you're fun to listen to, and generally funny on, like, the two of you have the same thing. Because you're running your gums, and you're the one that runs his gums. Do you know what I mean?
Yo, that's true. This is my motherfucking. That's a salt. That's my pepper right there, dog.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You guys have the you know what I mean?
I'm a little darker.
The brine. He's the brine.
I'm
man.
the salt. He's the pepper.
Exactly.
No, we need a white and brown. We need a tan and brown.
That's that Wu-Tang right there. You know what I mean? You got forming like Voltron.
Wu-Tang, bitch.
You need to have. We've talked about it before, but you need to have the talkative dude and the not so talkative dude, and they need to combine on a good level.
He's the brains, dog.
And you're
He's the brains, the operation, for sure.
You know what I mean? It's good stuff.
We couldn't do nothing together. Like, it took me an hour just to plug this shit in,
Yeah.
He came down and put it together in a minute. I was like, he was like, I gotta finish the Phuket news. He was upstairs editing. I was like this. I was scratching my head, dog, sweating, trying to plug these bitches in, but we got it done,
Yeah,
Yeah.
good.
But hey, you know what's funny, man? The first podcast we ever attempted was at your crib back in the day at Nihon with Phuket, and we were pumping Full Metal Dojo 1.
Yeah, I know, man.
And I was scheduled. Remember, I was scheduled to fight Edward Kelly in Full Metal Dojo 1, fucking 10 years or 6 years prior, and then I ended up fighting him in my one debut. It's funny. I was like, this fight was supposed to been happen. It's a funny one, dog.
Yes, I mean, again,
so a lot of good memories, man. And we're still going, dog. You're still pumping them out, man. Getting so for the fighters.
Yeah, again, I think it's like I'm gonna keep it my passion project. I've had the options of working with all the big companies, if you will. You know what I mean? Like, and I think that I'm just gonna do my own thing and keep doing it because I'm fortunate enough in the game. Sorry if I'm staying away from that, but you understand what I mean.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man.
So I think I'm gonna just continue to do our own thing. We're very, very, very successful in what we do, and we're gonna now work on some other projects.
Yo, you said grassroots MMA, and I always tell people, I was like, yo, man, if you get an opportunity to fight for Full Metal Dojo, you got to jump on it because it's gonna be an opportunity that whatever it is, you're gonna get a lot of eyeballs on you. And like I said, after I fought for you, I was 1-0. I fought like in some rinky-dink spot just to get my debut out the way. Super hard to get a fight. You got me the scrap. 2 weeks later, I fought in Kunlun fight. It was only Kunlun like 5 at the time, but I didn't know it was gonna end up being a veteran of one of the bigger shows in China that ended up hosting all these great fights. Albert Kraus, Blue Cow, all these legends. You know what I'm saying?
Every one of them.
But that was. I got a fight from you coming off the shine off a win. You know what I'm saying? The media that you had and shit, and then boom. I got the call. Boom. 2 weeks later, fought in China. Then after I fought with that fight in Yulumi, and then I fought after that. Boom, went to PXC.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like every fight took me to the next level, dog.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying? So
and you know that again. Like I tell you guys all the time.
Tell fighters.
That's what
it
we're
is. That's
trying
the
to do.
And you know the blueprint, dog. You know the blueprint. And then when a guy comes to you, and if you know what they got, you can put them in the route where they know the steps to take. You know what I'm saying?
I'll definitely
you
tell
gotta
you if you have
start somewhere,
talent.
dog. You gotta start somewhere.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
Yeah.
And correct. And again, like I will give those opportunities to people. I think actually that again, but I do every show. I give that pep talk before the show.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I tell you guys how it is. It's Full Metal University. You do not get paid at my shows. What you should. But man, and again, it's not like I take the money that I would be giving the fighters and give it to somebody else. I'm the lowest almost of the totem pole in terms of price per value, quality of life. I give it all. You guys know that. But it doesn't go to like other marketers. We are the artists. Like you know what I mean? I'm marketing you. When you've had a poster from us, dude, that's me, Michael Carroll, Brandon. You know what I mean? It's like it doesn't really go. Like it's not like you know what I mean. Let's just go to Dana White because we love him and we always want to work with him. And big ups to Fight Island this weekend. And we all have parlays and stuff, which we could talk about. But like he doesn't sing the fucking song. I'm gonna sing the fucking song. He doesn't actually do his fighters' posters. I do our fighters' posters. He doesn't, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Michael
Carroll and Brandon and I, as like a combined little group. Like again, I think that we're going to I'm not even going to be in MMA in a little while. I
Going
will.
above and
Yeah,
beyond.
I will.
I could see it. Yeah.
I will. You guys again, like you guys, like I'll still make fights and I'll still do shows and I'll help out like my roots, but like I'm gonna go do other movies
I feel
and
you.
TV and other bigger content. Like, and again, I'm gonna make kids shows. Like you're like sharing
Yes.
a laugh.
All
about
right,
it, like,
so
let's
that's
go.
what I'm saying. Yeah, that's what I was trying to.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was trying to revert to. So how did you get into this? How did you get into making the kids show, yo?
just again, like
This
having
is exciting,
having a
groundbreaking,
child.
groundbreaking
Yeah,
stuff.
having a child is the most inspirational thing that will ever happen to you. And like again, like my baby boy is my life, and like we've had trying times. He had some problems last year. Actually, I'm not going to go into this right now, for sure. So having a kid is the bomb, and I have another one on the way, and everything is lovely.
Awesome,
And so
man.
I have that feeling. I'm into music, right? So we got into singing these songs and doing these children's songs, and again, like there it just isn't a falang in this country that is out there that's like "Kai kokai kokai yune lao kokuat kong rao kokon ka-" you know what I mean? So I'm gonna do that, and I'm gonna step in on that note, and I'm gonna educate kids on ABCs and kokai, and I'm gonna do that, and people are gonna be like,
That
whoa,
is
whoa, 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 whoa.
genius.
And so
That's beautiful, man.
yeah, and I've written a children's book during the COVID period that I'll be putting out this Christmas. You know what I mean?
That's two. I have two friends that have written children books.
Yeah.
I guess
You have
the Honey
another friend?
Badger, Alexander
Alexander
the Great.
Volkanovski.
Alexander
yeah.
Volkanovski also wrote a children's book on UFC's featherweight champion, bro. So
That's true, yeah.
I got two friends that made children's books. That motivates me to number one, go get some babies, all right, and then number two, make some Honey Badger baby books. Honey Badger baby rolls right
Baby
off the tongue
Badger.
naturally.
No,
Baby
you
Badger.
shouldn't do that.
Baby
So
Badger books.
You need to get into your own thing and find
I
that
feel
own
it, yeah.
mental
How animals work.
and that
Yeah.
own mental game. You know what I mean? Creativity should come from wherever, and you obviously roll all the time. You should be looking inside yourself. You should be trying to look where you want to go. You should be thinking about what
But
you want to do.
babies for sure, dog. I'm trying to get some babies.
Sure.
Yo.
When I was your age, I literally remember being like, I'm never going to have a wife and child. I mean, when he met me, it was the first time that I was like with my wife, Bo.
Yeah.
So like, even back then, I was like, is this even what I want? You know what I mean? And then it depended. Like, bro, I used to like question all this shit all the time. And I'm a dude that has his moral compass, and you know me. Like I'm a good dude. I drink. I hang out. I party. I'm not a good dude. You know me. Like I'm a good guy, right?
Yeah, for sure, man.
So like again, when I then got older and dumber and fatter, you know what I mean? I'm in a different place in my life that you are now, and I'm still going on the same course and the same patterns. But bro, having a kid is like where I'm mentally.
I think
That's
the
where
best.
I'm at.
I think that's the spot to be.
Yeah.
I'm ready for it.
You've
I'm always
expressed
about to have
this,
some
yeah.
trophies.
I'm ready
You've
for it,
expressed this
dog.
that you've been ready for a while.
I'm ready
Yeah.
for it. I'm
Okay,
ready
so
for
if
it.
you-
And I've
actually-
seen that. I feel like Everlast. And I've been with the baddest dimes. Smoke the what is it? What is that? You know the
So I will
Everlast
tell you though. I'll tell you this:
song?
do
Well, I'm
not
there.
find a Thai girl. Do not find a Thai girl that you're just gonna settle down with.
Mate, I'm
Do
set.
not do
I'm
that.
set. I mean, I got yeah.
Do
We're
not
all
do that.
Yeah, no, it's okay.
You know, do not do that. So yeah, again,
The Thai will make some good babies, man.
oh, they're the most beautiful children.
Oh,
in the
beautiful,
world.
beautiful,
Yeah.
beautiful.
You gotta get a happy.
Phuket
though.
is going to be like an island of
Yeah.
the most beautiful people in the world.
The most
10 years from
beautiful
now?
half Thai,
10
half
years?
Russian kids ever.
Exactly.
So many half Russian kids.
Black hair, blue eyes.
Yo.
You know what I mean?
That's
The
so
girl with
true.
green eyes.
How many little? Yeah.
This is going to be the hottest fucking island in the world in 15 years from
With
now.
some strong bones with the Muay Thai. Oh
Of
my
course.
God, you're crazy.
You're going to have tall, hot ties. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
With
it's
some
gonna be
strong
so
shin
good.
bones.
For sure, bro.
Yeah.
It's going to be such a good...
But that's beautiful that you've taken fatherhood and
We drank so much wine, by the way.
Oh,
God
hey,
damn.
hooray us!
Exactly.
But I mean, yeah, it's beautiful. You've taken fatherhood and you've taken some of the lessons you've learned, and already the short time. How old's your boy? A year and a half?
No, so my one is 3.
Okay,
Yeah.
sorry. Apologies.
No, it's all good.
Apologies.
Well, I was like, yo, he was like,
But
well,
yeah,
I had
I've
already
seen- I've
fought.
seen
I had
hair.
fought.
We were talking about it the other
Seen
day.
hair with him.
I had him, and
already
then we had the
speaking, bro.
Mayhem show.
Yeah.
Literally, Mayhem Miller was here when like baby was doing. Huerta was one of the, like the third person that saw my kid. Oddly enough, I heard these pieced out from, you know what I mean, from Phuket.
I was there for the Mayhem show.
That was a good time.
That was a great show.
Oh, that was. Yeah.
We're trying to bring him back too, but COVID. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he had a crazy
This
time.
COVID is crazy.
Yeah, he had the
This
best time.
COVID
He had a
has
great
been
time.
something else, man. Now I don't know what's going on with now America. Like the second waves are coming, bro. I'm like, damn.
But it's all about positivity.
I thought we were out of the grass. But as far as Asia goes, we haven't had no second waves or nothing.
We're chilling
It's
right
been
now.
all right. Thailand is the spot to be right now.
For
as
right
far
now,
as
we're
COVID
right.
goes,
Yeah.
You know? So we are on and cracking, man. But yo, John, man, thank you so much for coming, dog. JP, where we at, bro? What's
So
our
much
time?
122.
Oh, snap. Yeah. So
An hour 22 minutes.
yeah.
My man.
Again, I'm still fine chatting. I mean, if you want me to, what other stories do you want me
All
to?
right, okay, there is one thing I kind of always want to talk to you
JP,
about.
what we got?
Because I know you pretty well, and like I
Yeah.
want people to know you pretty well too. All right, there's a couple different elements to you. Number one, the first thing that I kind of wanted to ask you about earlier, PP Island.
Yeah.
Your time in PP Island.
Yeah.
Let's bring it back to there. People don't know this. If you haven't been there, there is a place called the Reggae Bar where you can take, if you're just a random patron there, you buy a drink, you can fight Muay Thai. You're obviously protected there, and well, if you could take it from there, if you have a lot of experience fighting in the Reggae Bar fights in PP Island.
Yeah, for sure. So
If you
I
could
was
talk a
like
little about it.
I was like the bouncer of PP. Like, so I was the big guy on PP. So it happened twice, but like
You're the big foreigner guy who lived there but loved to fight.
I was fine with fighting anybody because I was already a large human being. Back then, I was fighting like when I was fighting, so I was a lot smaller than I am now. I was fighting at like 93 kilos,
really?
93.5, like light heavyweight, right? So I was probably walking around at that time at around like 103, like 100,
Yeah,
101,
nice, yeah,
like you know what I mean.
200.
Whereas like now I'm a 113 type of a dude, you know what I mean? So. Dude, we all had like our friends. That was our bar. Like Weena and Udom are like my other Thai parents. I know these people very well. And there's always, as you know, this is the bar that people go to. And there is a Muay Thai show. They have Muay Thai fights there. It's huge on
it's
YouTube.
crazy, yo.
Reggae
Burger
bar,
Challenge. It's
yeah,
huge.
Reggae bar.
It's awesome.
Kobe P, Thailand, and it's great. And you can fight for buckets and the whole nine. Well, if there was ever like a large dude that didn't have somebody, they would always come and get me. And Toby would come over and grab me. The guys from Unis would come over and grab me. Browntown, Brian Jordan, all these fools, all like my best friends in the world would come and be like, there's a huge Israeli who's talking a whole lot of shit. And, you know what I mean? And I'd be like, yo, that sounds like a great time. And I would go back there and like, you know what I mean? And lace up and have fun. And there was a lot of great memories that were tossed down. And JP has been there to hear, like, again, like
It's
some
just
of my
funny
boys.
to see, man.
And there's like a little corner. So I had the dojo.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Which is still there. Nick
The dojo
Turner.
bar.
Well, they have
I
a
had
gym
the dojo.
there?
Yeah. No, not a gym. It's a bar.
It's a bar, the dojo bar, right
The
across
dojo
from the Reggae
bar.
The
Right.
one, yeah, where a lot of like it's got a lot of activity, and it's right smack dab in the center of this tourist island.
Correct.
And you were the guy that was what behind the bar a lot.
A lot of the time, yeah.
And
Phil
the-
Lindemuth and
and
Nick
like-
Turner again.
The Reggae bar had the stadium, and if there was someone, the big guy that they saw it was big, like nobody wanted to fight that guy,
Yeah.
they'd have the ties like, okay, let's go get John. He'll fight this guy.
Yes.
And you were like, yeah, sure, let's go.
Yeah. And it would be fun.
Fight for the bucket.
Fight for the
Of
bucket.
course, fight for a fucking bucket against again. But it's all, dude. It's so funny because so many of them are like, I'm here for, you know what I mean? Here for 3 weeks, training at Rewind Muay Thai. You know what I mean? Stay out of my way. Back then there's only 4 camps,
Yeah.
3 camps.
True that,
We're not
true
talking
that.
about now.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
it's
So like,
different,
you know. But it's so funny because all these motherfuckers are trying to be Chuck Norris or something. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
and I had obviously lived there for years. Like,
Fuck, man.
so I was the dick. I was the dick that kind of like played up
But you
to
knew
it.
what you were doing, you
A
know?
little- yeah, I knew what you know what I mean? If somebody,
You're selling, that's what they want. It's supposed to be an atmosphere. They wanted
but
that.
I could wrestle, and I also I did the Y crew every time I went in there. You know what I mean? You know what I made it an event. It was called that dude. You know what I mean? Like, yo, man, this was like the start of everything that I was like trying to do. Because man, like, everybody watches the Joe Rogan, like, live your own hero thing. I never watched that. That wasn't, like, a part of my thing. And I'm not saying, like, I'm not trying to be all, but you know me, like, I'm a genuine dude. That's what I was doing. I totally was being my own fucking hero in my own movie. And, like, from having a bar on Kobe P to, again,
called the Dojo Bar. And then now you have the
back then it was called Sugar Mandango's Velvet Dojo, and everybody called it the VD, the Velvet Dojo. And so then it went straight to the dojo. You know what I mean?
You have a history
and then it gets chopped out because things happen. Nicknames roll on. Nick Turner is still there holding it down. You know what I mean? These are very funny times as well.
And it's still called the Velvet Dojo?
It's called the Dojo Bar.
It's still called Dojo Bar.
Yeah, I remember one of the first times I went there, there was like an old timer there. You remember, oh, you're still here? It was a guy with long hair. He's still there every time I go.
Yeah, he is.
Again, he's still there. It's awesome.
Again, these people are legends.
Yeah,
Epic. Yeah, they have more... Dude, people don't realize it. So everybody in this fame culture that we live in celebrity culture, tries to strive towards these people that live in America and I've lived there. I've lived in LA. It's not really that great. I live on a paradise island called Phuket. I have massages often. I play with my children on beaches. I eat fresh fruit. I have the best training in the world. Again, it's about your lifestyle and how you live.
Yeah, like
literally,
man. For sure, man.
Literally.
For sure.
So again, like, I don't think anybody can compete with me. I think again, like, I've had times in my life where I'm like, I get down on myself. Everybody does.
Yeah,
everybody does.
Yeah.
But again, far and few fucking between.
Yeah,
like I'm on a pretty good plateau up. You know what I mean? Like, I've had the bumps, but again, for right now, just try to keep it on that. You know what I mean?
And it started with that flight. It started with that ticket.
For sure.
Came over here and the whole thing crumbled.
It's all about Thailand. 100% it's about Thailand.
With the PP Island, Velvet Dojo.
Yeah.
Now you trickle down into the Full Metal Dojo.
It's never
That's
boring.
wild, dog.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Can I ask you one other thing?
Yeah.
I know that during Full Metal Dojo, I know that during Full Metal Dojo, especially being a promoter, like, this is 100% your thing. You know, you're leading the charge. You also have to get sponsors. You have to go corporate world.
Yeah,
you got to step in
the
there.
Worst.
Yeah, talk to me about, like, how do you because obviously you've watched this for an hour and a half. You see how he is. Imagine this man in the corporate world, talking to trying to get money out of these millions and millions out of these people as much as he can out of these people. So how
generally the same. In all honesty, it's generally the same thing. And I've had people be like, "You should probably button up." You know what I mean?
Yeah, I want to see. Can you talk to me about how going in there?
Again, we're not going men. Like, we are the most transparent. Like, I've met with CEOs I've met with multiple CEOs of the UFC company and other international companies on company. Everybody says cool doesn't fucking sell. You know what I mean? Can't swear. Can't do this. Cool doesn't sell. Dude, we're getting by. You know what I mean? We're getting by. And, like, bro, like, Dr. Nutt's Elimination Island. You know how many people right now are like, yo, just call it Elimination Island?
No, I don't agree with that. I think Dr. Nutt's Elimination Island is not just as a roll off the tongue, pause, but it's also just fucking amazing. Like, that sticks with you. Elimination Island doesn't stick with you. Dr. Nutt's Elimination Island sticks with you.
Yeah, I mean, again, I feel you, but, like, a niche of a niche market to a larger market. Like, again, this is actually kind of also with the children's book. Like, as I grow up and I learn more about these things, children's market's like a huge market. I don't, like, necessarily love the children's market like we're talking about. I'm super inspired by it. Like we're discussing. You know what I mean? Do I think I can knock it out of the box? Hell yeah. I can be blippy on, you know what I mean? Like, I can do this. I know I can do this. I'll be good at this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But would I have rather have been Motley Crue than Rosenschantz? You know what I mean? Yeah, probably. But, like, it doesn't matter because I've been there, done that too.
Exactly.
And, like, I'm not in that portion of my life. I'm in this portion of my life.
Exactly.
And, bro, having children smile at you is probably the best thing ever. Yo, I've seen multiple locations for rentals in the last, because everything's up for rent.
Yeah.
If anybody was going to make more gyms here in Phuket, because there's that rivalry all the time, if anybody was going to make more, just make it directed to kids.
Yep.
Children's Warriors, BJJ Gym, children's this. You know, like we need more children's martial arts. We need more of them to have confidence. We need more of them to be inspired. Like that's the game. You know what I mean? Knuckleheads are always going to be knuckleheads. I'm a knucklehead. We can smell our own. You know what I mean? but like, I also don't not want to help children, fucking drug addicts.
What do you mean?
People that are down. Whatever, bro.
No, but I'm saying,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The
real deal, though.
And the gym, the investment in for martial arts for kids is huge. What's the market like in Phuket for that? How much is there? A lot of kids, you know?
I
like,
personally,
I guess it's like talk to like after school programs or something like this.
Yeah, I think I
like,
can answer that. Yeah,
hell yeah.
Pretty,
some classes,
That's what I would do if I were you.
Dude, that's pretty.
Is there kid programs for expats and stuff like that? Expat kids or whatnot?
Nothing specific right now.
I don't think so. Yeah,
I think Phuket Top Team has a kids program.
That's probably the only one.
Man.
That's probably the only one. I mean, that's.
Again,
there's an opening.
Well, also, just by the way, you actually should do it via Jon Nutt, like province. I'm talking about towns. Again, if something like started in the Ruai Naiharn for children, I know because I sent my kid to Kajong Kiet. You know what I mean? That's like what I'm doing right now. So I'm like around here, dude. This is the only time in like our lives that we'll ever be able to like test drive international schools. Like I said, like so many people are hit. So there was 120 kids at my kid's school last year. There's 62 now.
Dude,
because so many parents are affected by the tourism industry that I now get this opportunity of doing this. So we've taken full advantage and we're doing our thing with the different schools because hell yeah, right? Want him to have the best life he can have, right? So again, it just comes back to, man, it would be really hard if tourism never came. But right now, Phuket is actually kind of awesome. The beaches are awesome. Traffic's not bad. Everybody's kind of in that own ecosystem. Yeah. If I was going to go after those people right now because nobody else was ever going to come back, I would still go after the children's market probably if I was into teaching mixed martial arts, which you are, and BJJ. And so, again, it would come back to do it in the different Jangwats. Ruai and Naiharn really doesn't have anything.
North. You got to go north.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, Laguna. Changchale, Bang Tao.
Yo, but Katu.
Even Mai Khao.
Even Katu.
Katu's perfect because it has got a lot of. There's a lot of people there. There's a lot of people in Katu.
So again, you go after the Thais, but you go after the expats. You go after the ones that are paying for it. People like my wife don't want my kid to be a Muay Thai practitioner.
No.
Because it's caste and class structure. It shows that they're lesser in the society. So she obviously wants them to go to Taekwondo. But BJJ over here is going to be the new Taekwondo because the Thais that are educated in America.
Yeah, I see it.
Yeah.
So again, like
the BJJ scene in Bangkok is nice. You know, good.
It's cool.
It's fantastic.
It's a little more.
And they're tight knit.
You got a little bit more local.
Also, nobody hates on it.
Yeah,
nobody hates on anybody in Bangkok. You know what I mean? Like Adam Kayyum and Morgan and Nitty and all those guys kind of actually like Andrew, Andrew McDonald. They all like kind of work together.
Yeah. And just have the scene.
TM.
The city
there is pretty cool.
It's a city, man.
Yeah.
Cities have BJJ. That's the way it is. You know?
For sure.
Same thing with Singapore. They have a lot of BJJ. Where there's money and there's a profit and there's a good economy, there's going to be BJJ.
Yeah.
Phuket is more fight. It has the fighter scene.
Fight stuff, yeah.
PZ has a good gi program. They got that on lockdown.
The problem is again, like with the fight scene here, like not.
I didn't know about the kid programs. There's not too much of a demand for sure. Not at Tiger, at least, you know. So
well,
I don't know where
that's only because it hasn't been started. If Tiger started something, I bet you
in Chalong,
quick.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, easy. They got the name. There's a lot of Thai parents out here who want to start that, or who want to put their kid in it, especially.
I think
especially
100%.
Tiger. How many of those parents are training at unit? They got a bunch of kids. They'll just go to Tiger. They're already coming here. They might as well just put their kids in there. Hey,
Hey, yeah, exactly. College boy.
Yeah. I give you that for free because of him.
No, but again, this is actually stuff that, like, in terms of marketing and where we're going, a lot of the Thais can't face it. A lot of the Thais can't, because literally they can't face it. It's a thing. Man, there's a changing of the guards. You know what I mean? The high so low so to Thai culture right now is very weird.
It's getting blurred.
And it's very blurred.
It's getting blurred right now.
And also, it's not black or white. There's many shades of gray. Like, again, I'm not black or white. I root for everybody, but not everybody in our industry roots for everybody. Unfortunately. You know what I mean? And everybody that plays politics and these types of things, again, with like Muay Thai right now, bro, I like almost feel like Thai people don't want it. But it's not that they don't want it. They're literally, as a culture, this is a nouveau riche culture. It's new money, man. It's new money. It's new high societies. It's new culture.
You'd see it more often than I personally would, because you've been living in Bangkok for 10 years, so you've seen it. You talk. You're out there and about.
Well, so again, like we also came from it, and so it's like where you grew up and where you grew up. I don't give a fuck if people don't know you. Which was better to go to, public school or private school?
Private.
It's the same thing here. Which is better to go to, international school or public school?
Oh, yeah, it's not even a question.
International school.
I was thinking that with Patani.
Everybody thinks on that level. Everybody thinks on that level here, and it's sad, and I know it. But and that's why I'm also not going to pay for the highest of the highest of schools. My kid doesn't need to go to that school.
Well, that's the thing here with international schools in Thailand, especially because a private school in America, I mean, if you're going to compare it relatively, it's more expensive here.
Right.
For normal Thais to get their kid to go into international school.
Yes, exactly.
In America, for me to have gone to
there are high schools that are more than Trinity in America. There are high schools more than
universities.
Wild. It's absolutely wild.
It's nuts.
But again, Kajang Kiet is a Thai curriculum. For COVID times, like the school is the bomb right now. Mm-hmm. It's test driving in international school. 70% of the kids are Lacrone. You know what I mean? The other 30%
Lacrone is half Thais.
The other 30% are made up of like literally British, Aussies, and Russians.
So can I ask you something? Your children's book, get it in those schools.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the plan. Yeah?
Yes, 100%. Get it in those schools. Have it taught in those things. I mean, again, I'm making it for my children. I'm not doing it out of the you know what I mean? Yeah. Like I don't want to teach them any malicious. You know what I mean? Like you're not gonna label. Oh, he's doing it. No, it has nothing to do with that. I'm an entertainer and a producer, and I know the difference between rated R entertainment, rated whatever you want to call it, and rated G. That's the simplest breakdown I could say for any moron out there that's listening to me. Rated R is this, rated G is this. You know what I mean? But the fact is, they're two totally separate things. You know what I mean? This is like what I'm doing. I also do real estate with CM Real Estate, as you know. I also promote California Inc., Golden Axes,
and throw on
and these guys. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like throw on fights.
You know what I mean? It's again, these are hobbies that I have that make me an income, and that's the way that it rolls. I've luckily been able to sidestep other of the politics and bullshit in our industry when you're talking about fight industry. But I don't consider the fight industry my industry. Other people that are like, yo, you're competing against this, no, I'm not competing against shit.
That's one thing with you. Like over the years, through your career as a promoter or being in the fight industry, you've never taken anything personally.
No. And that's not.
You've always had a smile on your face about it.
Oh, it's such a good time.
And obviously being in Thailand, being an MMA promoter in Thailand, in a country where they're trying to kind of, especially in the beginning, they were trying to eradicate it and just get rid of it. It must have been hell. It must have been a nightmare.
But the ones that obviously get it, then you become again, that's like where I was going at. Alex Lamb, you know that dude? Alex is Shield's Thai little Alex. Is that the most horrible thing? Again, no, it's not. Because, again, the dude's fighting for me. He's going to be a badass.
Yeah, Shield?
Alex Shield has a student that... The only reason I'm even bringing that up is because Alex brought that up to me. It was like, Alex Shield is my dude. And Alex Shield was like, yeah, that's my dude. I don't remember the dude's last name, so I apologize.
Blinn.
Yeah, sorry.
There you go. Thank you.
We know a lot of Alexes.
Yeah, exactly. So Alex Blinn, again, that dude's going to fight for me.
Nice.
On this island show. And that dude, again... couldn't have been more complimentary. He's like, I grew up and I wanted to fight on your show. You know what I mean?
That's awesome. See, now you got kids who have been growing up and now they're older and they've been watching what the steps that you've been doing in Thailand for MMA, and now they're fighting on your shows. It's pretty amazing.
Exactly, and that's like the fist, the fucking fist.
Dope. That's pretty dope.
Big up, Big up. So again, that's why I do it. That's why it happened. Keep going. Never quit. And again, if I don't work for another company, like a larger company, I mean, bro, if the UFC comes and wants to buy my company, I'm obviously going to talk to them. You know what I mean? But like, that's not gonna happen for a long, long, long time. And I'm gonna keep doing my thing for a long, long, long time. Like, there's no reason why I wouldn't. Everything is in place. I like doing it. People like that I do it. Let's keep going. So it's like as simple as that. You know what I mean? So I'll keep doing the fight shows, but I'm going to definitely do some other content. And I'm also going to write a children's book, keep selling real estate. You know what I mean? I'm going to hopefully open up a drug rehabilitation center at some point in my life.
In Thailand here?
Yeah, in Thailand. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Again,
I always thought there was room for a hospice, for another hospice.
100%.
Hospice. What?
I want to work
Why
with the
aren't there
elderly.
more hospices here. There's only one that's like only caters to Swiss down there.
The elderly are the only ones that have good stories, JP.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Yo, do you know what crazy time? One time I did a video for a hospice out here. I'm not gonna name them, but like a promo video for them. And I met I was interviewing some of the patients there. And then one time, like later on, when the owners, he told me the story of one of the patients I interviewed. He happened to be one of the guys that I did a story on a year before. He had just escaped from there, just kind of like naked, trying to find the place again. It's like, because the hospice has people who obviously, they're sick. So
yes,
it's just how crazy out here, man. You have people who, the beach, the sea, the mountains. It's so cheap to live here. It's beautiful. And the fact that you're making this is the true fight island.
Yeah.
You're kind of putting the stamp out here for this.
Man, I think this is going to be a brand new television show. I honestly think it's going to be a brand new television show. I think that some of the fighters are not going to enjoy it because the commentary is going to be a bit on the comedic side.
Zoinks.
Zoinks. Whoa. Yeah, it's going to be more like WWE wrestling or, again, American Ninja or Amazing Race commentary. You know what I mean? The fights are going to be 100% real, but they're going to also be broken up and edited as well. If it goes 3 fucking rounds, believe you me, I'm not showing all 15 minutes. You know what I mean? It's a television show. Every organization out there copies the Tough Show because they're a bunch of unoriginal dudes that want to see it get to this. No.
Even the UFC, that Tough Show got caught timing. It was a mixture of things. That Tough Show was amazing.
And
it was a fight. It was timing. It was everything.
Correct. And if Israel Adesanya and Paulo Costa come, I'll probably go back and watch it. But the thing is again, it's labored. It's been done before. They can step it up because they have the stars. But anybody that doesn't have the stars, why would I watch your B-list program when I'm not actually enjoying the A-list program. I mean, you know what I mean? I'm not actually enjoying the A-list program as much, but I'm going to watch the B-list program or the C-list program or the one from Australia or the one from South Africa or the one from San Antonio. I don't know what it is. It doesn't really matter. They're all the same. So again, start doing something original, if you will. I'm doing something original. Again, and then I think more people... Well, because, by the way, we're a niche of a niche industry. Our fans are the most I've explained it to you many times before. When I was a young boy and I loved Nirvana, I was like, Nirvana is my band. And then I met somebody else at school who was like, Nirvana's my band too. And I was like, they can't be your band. They're my band. That's my band. That's the way Muay Thai and MMA fans are. They don't pay for any tickets. They don't buy the pay-per-views. They don't pay for the training. They don't do anything. And I don't need them as my fans. I need the comedic people as my fans. I need the sponsors to be my fans. I need the guys who want to get things on larger platforms and broadcast stations to be my fans. Yeah. Because again, if you come over to me the week of and hit me up for that 2,000 baht ticket, you ain't no friend of mine. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Ain't no time for that. So again, I mean, it is what it is. I'm lucky enough to be able to have done it. And even if somebody hated what I just said right there, doesn't really matter. Do amazing sales. Exactly. It's all happening. It's here.
So then, We're looking August 22nd. How many shows are we gonna have lined up? A few or what? And then it's gonna be like a TV production.
Then again, so I think that we're gonna do an actual Full Metal Dojo show around the same time that we're gonna do the Elimination Island show, and then right close to that, we're gonna be filming the reality show for BKFC, and then I'll be doing a WLC show, like on top of that mushroom. Do you know what I mean?
Are you gonna sleep anywhere in between?
Yeah.
Yeah.
With my wife and my kid.
It seems like
I have a heart. Yeah.
You got a lot going on, bro. Like you're doing. It's like you're doing the NFL, then the NBA, and the NHL right after that.
Yeah.
Like you're just go. Good.
Better be busy than bored.
Yeah. No wasted time with you, man.
Have you seen Henrik? He's in there on the computer right now.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah.
I got a sidekick right now that's fucking crushing. Partner. I got a partner over there that's fucking crushing this shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When I say sidekick, it's only because he's fucking 5'4". You know what I mean? You know what I mean? But so, yeah, man, like we're working all the time. But why wouldn't you want to do what you love?
Yeah, that's awesome, man. Exactly, bro.
So I'm doing it right now.
That's a good way to. That's a good model to shut the show with. Do what you love.
I swam with my son for 3 hours today, son.
How is it? Do what you find what you love, or is it find what you do and do it, or
do what you love every day, and you'll never work a day in your life.
Or do what you love, find what you love. You know, do what you find. Yeah, and we can never help us work. Do what you. Yeah,
it doesn't matter. You got it. You nailed it on the head,
Mr. Nuts. So everybody. We make sure we stay tuned. We have Full Metal Dojo in the works coming up. Dr. Nutt's
Elimination
Island. It's gonna be the next hot show coming out to all the fans coming near you. We're gonna be on Thai TV and we're gonna have English and Thai translation.
Yeah.
Boom. JP Mestanza. Another beautiful episode. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much, and we'll catch you guys next time. Bye.